Hi, Karen with you today. Thank you so much for joining me for a scrapbook layout for Kitaholic Kits using the September kit. I hope you're having heaps of fun with this kit. I know I certainly did. This layout I decided to create making some of those pinwheels that you see just there. I have made them off camera though because I wasn't convinced I could actually do them. It's not something I would normally do, but I have been seeing how this has been popping up on a lot of out there in the scrappy universe, so I thought I'd give them a go. I guess it was a little bit like going back to kindergarten. I'm not sure. So to create them, I thought it would be a great way to show the ombre paper. I was really stuck on what to do with that paper because it's so beautiful. I didn't really want to cut into it and put it under a lot of layers and things like that where you couldn't see, and I thought that was a really great way that you could really show that paper. So to create them, I've cut that into a couple of different strips stuck in size and have then scored around half a centimetre to a centimetre depending on the size of the paper, and then I've concertina folded them, so I folded it in and folded it back on each other. I do apologise, I didn't film it. I didn't really know how they were going to turn out, but there's plenty of places online to see if you really need to see it, or I can film another one. Just let me know in the comments below and I'm happy to do that. So for most of those, the larger strip though didn't create a full circle when you turned it on itself. I didn't really mind about that. What you can do is just cut some more paper and add it in, and with some glue, and then add it in. But I decided I was probably going to use quite a lot of florals and clusters on this layout, so it didn't really matter that some of them didn't make full circles. So the smaller cut pieces certainly were able to go around completely. It's just the larger one that you'll see in a moment didn't quite meet around. I also, to make sure they're stable, I place some cardstock on the very bottom underneath, and I also put a round piece of round cardstock. Well, actually it was part of the patterned paper as well on the top. And I did doodle in some white. I'm telling you a story about what I didn't go ahead with. I really hated how it looked, and you'll see why in a moment with what I actually did. So to create a little bit of texture, and of course it needed some mixed media in my opinion. So what I've done here is I have used the background paper of the one with the leaves, with the grey leaves, and I coated that in some white gesso as well, just to fade out some of those leaves from the page, just to give it that subtle appearance. Then I've used the packaging technique using the aloe colour, so that's the green colour, and I also used the apricot as well. And then just use the packaging technique, put some splatters around the page, and then that was the background done. So when I was pulling together this layout, I decided that it was going to be very heavy in terms of the layers. And as you can see here, there's lots of florals on this page. And I felt that that really broke up some of the page as well. So I've started with the larger pinwheel at the very top of the page, and I sort of cascaded the flower, the pinwheel sort of in almost an S shape, I guess. And just little bits of it poking out. So I really loved how that gave the ombre just that whole curve around the page. I did add quite a lot of florals, as you can see. It's pretty typical for me. I do love putting some floral clusters on pages. And I decided, if you've seen my other videos from this month as well, I did fussy cut out from the pattern paper the butterflies and the florals, but decided to use the ones from the ephemera pack for this particular layout. I felt that having the white around, and I left the white around the flowers as a bit of a subtle touch to the background. When I did try putting the other fussy cut flowers on because I have so many, and I thought, how will this work? But they did really meld into the page and they didn't really pop. So I felt that using the ones with the white on the outside really popped off the page. So that was for both the florals and the butterflies. I've also used the letters from the kit as well to create the title together. And then I think it's really cool, these letters. I love the font, and from what I understand, it's Coco Vanilla's Zoe who owns Coco Vanilla. It's actually her handwriting, so I love that. They are original. I love the font of those. Sometimes it's a little tricky because they are different fonts for a couple of the different letters, but it all does work out in the end. I have actually also grabbed the butterflies from the ephemera pack. They were not from the floral pack, they were from the ephemera pack as well. I tossed and turned as to whether I would use any of the puffy stickers. I do end up using one of the wood buttons on the bottom right hand side. I do end up putting you'll see in just a moment, a cluster just below where the title is. I also did pull some of the word stickers from the collection as well. Now that was not in this month's kit. That was in add-ons that I bought when Steph did her pre-orders. I did buy, 2 or 3 of everything. So I did grab those there because I just wanted to put a couple of just sweet lines and messages on this layout. The photo was of my sister and my nephew and it was just a family day out. I just thought it was a lovely little photo just of the two of them together. So nothing special, but I don't necessarily scrap to make it a specifically special day. It was just a fun day we had out. I think we were actually 10-pin bowling. We'd gone out for a day for the afternoon and I just captured this photo for the afternoon. So that about wraps it up in terms of the layout itself. So I will just quickly remind everyone, if you aren't a subscriber to Kitaholic Kits, please take a look at the shop. I will put a link in the description box below. You get lots of goodies every month, and it's definitely worth the value that you get within the kit. We also have exclusives every month that is provided through an exclusive Facebook group as well. So the design team share exclusives every month and everyone shares what they've been doing and creating and things like that as well. There is also Kitaholic Kits community on Facebook group as well. So it'd be great if you shared what you've been up to lately. The design team love it when everyone shows what they've been up to. It's a great little community where everyone is encouraging. So I'd strongly encourage you to go and have a look. You will see the final layout here, and I have some close-ups as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be wonderful. Have a great scrappy week. Thanks so much.